Hey guys, thank you once again for joining me. Another day, another turtle review. Again, I've been trying to catch up on these things. Now that I can get them on sale price, I've been very inclined to purchase these. This time is Leatherhead, as you guys can see there. Just wanted to note, that's a thick box for an action figure. It's pretty big in comparison to the others. I know it may have to do with him being having a long tail, but yeah, cardboard container, moved it out of the way. Again, with the awesome packaging, kudos to Super 7 there and whoever their packaging design team. Awesome embossed logo here on the back. The awesome purple with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles logo. Pull this off. I love that these are slip-ons. Again, these are great to display, I think, still in the box. Here's some blurb on Leatherhead. There's a foot. And again, I love the blue here, or teal, on this box. And man, look at that box. It's a lot of plastic, but it's awesome. I mean, freaking Leatherhead, right? He looks great in there. He looks massive. Again, I believe I used to have the original of this one, um, but this thing is just great. Let's take it out of the box and yeah, let's see how great, if any, he is. Okay, so finally had a chance to take this guy out of the box and play around with it. Before we move on to the figure, I'll show you real quick what accessories he all comes with. So let's move him out of the way. So you get this weapon rack, which most of the other figures in this line have come with. And these are just a shotgun, the trap here, and the fishing rod he comes with. Interestingly enough, this is two pieces here. I don't generally use these, but it's cool that I guess they come with it. And this does open and close. So that's pretty cool. You get your standard hands. You get two pairs in addition to the ones that he comes with. You get these fists, essentially just, I guess, with no holes in them. And you get these hands that look to be made specifically to handle his shotgun. So you get those in addition to the hands that he comes with on already. As far as the weapons, again, you get his trap here. This time, though, it's painted in this really cool brown. Not much detail, but again, I don't mind these accessories too much, not having a lot of detail, because my main concern is a figure. And again, this does open and close really nicely, actually. So that's pretty cool. You get his fishing rod. Again, I think it's well done. This is all one piece. I believe this does not come apart, so I will not try to pull it apart. But there you go, fishing rod that he can use. You get his awesome shotgun. I do love this shotgun. I love the size of it, and the color, I think, again, is well done. The brown there with, I guess that's orange or light brown, and then the silver. I think it's really cool. It's really well done. It's a really nice looking weapon. And then lastly, you get a bunch of accessories that mainly go clipped on his belt. You get this lobster, I guess. And if you guys could see, there is a section here that you can use that to tab onto his belt. Same thing here with these feathers. And then the turtle. Little turtle tortoise there that he can use on his belt. So then we'll move all of these aside. The accessories I think are cool. Especially love this gun. I'll be using that. Now onto the figure itself. We'll get, I guess, the disappointments or the letdowns out of the way. The main disappointment for me with this figure is the loose joints. His wrists are pretty loose. As you guys, I don't know if you could see it there by me just moving it. The arms are pretty okay. They can hold the weight of the gun, so that's not so bad. And the elbows are okay as well. But the part that bothers me the most is probably the legs here. So this guy, I had to play around with him a bit. I think once you start messing with the legs a little, he starts leaning down and eventually he will fall forward. So you just have to be very conscious of when you pose this guy. But his legs, at least on my copy, are pretty loose, or at least they're not enough to support the weight of the figure, especially with him being so front heavy because of the head. But as you guys can see right here, he stands fine. It's not anything too terrible, but once you start moving him, you'll start to notice that his legs kind of split. And then forget it if you want to start sort of putting him in more different poses, because then he'll start leaning forward on his own, which is not so bad. The head itself is fine. The mouth awesomely opens. But yeah, just these loose legs, and then the ankles perhaps could have used a bit more friction. I may try to see if I can fix that, because I think, oh, and you know what? The waist is a little loose. I don't mind the waist so much because it's not like it can articulate up and down. It's just really left to right, but it is loose. However, I think between the legs and the torso being loose, I would have much preferred if the torso was the only thing that was loose rather than both. Again, this being a very front-loaded figure, once you start sort of moving him around, he sort of starts leaning forward a little bit. But now, not to be too negative, I will say this is an awesome looking figure. Again, the size alone is what sold me on these Ultimate figures from Super 7. I think it's just a great representation, just blown up, of those older Playmate toys. So, and they've also at least managed to keep or add some detail, like in this hat here. You see a lot of what looks like almost leather, look like the feather. I love the vest here and how they've sort of molded all that in. This is soft rubber. I love the little details here, like the knife. You guys can see the skin texture again is very well done. The belt here, sort of like Crocodile Dundee type belt. The big buckle, and he's got all these different accessories all over the belt, like this bag, this fish hook. Then you've got all these different places where you can essentially place different things. Now, the other little thing that essentially just happened to mine is I don't know if you guys could tell, but you see the belt here? There looks to be a section there where a piece is missing, and essentially it's this. And that was the part essentially to hold some of these things. But so as I mentioned earlier, for example, you can take this lobster here, or whatever it is, and sort of attach it on the belt like that. You could take the turtle, sort of hang it from there, and essentially this part here should have had a little hook there, but as I said, on mine it kind of just came off. Now obviously I'm not gonna say that your figure will come with that, but it's just something to be on the lookout for. I can no longer attach mine. I'm gonna see if I could perhaps crazy glue this section onto the belt. So that's another bit of letdown there. Just be really careful, I guess, when handling the belt. But the belt's really, I guess, as far as detailing and paint, it is sort of well done. The pants as well, it's really cool. The blue with the knee patches there, the boots. Again, the paint's really well done. Here's the face, which again, I think it's awesome. It's great looking. You can move his head fully around if you wanted to. You can look up, down, left, right. And his head is a little loose, but not as loose as the rest of the feet. The tail here is also articulated. This tail was a pain in the neck to get in here. Had to use a lot of force to finally get it in, and it took a couple of tries, because I didn't want to end up breaking anything. But just note that if you do happen to get this figure, that this tail is it's going to be a bit of a source of pain to get that on the figure itself. I love the shotgun shells here, so that's really cool. But overall, I do like the figure, but it is let down by the fact of the loose joints, and I guess a bit of breakage that I had on my end. I do appreciate how humongous this figure is in comparison to the original Playmate figure. I believe I used to have it at one point, but I no longer do. But you guys could see this guy does look awesome. But however, he is a bit let down by the loose joints. You know, they're mainly for me because I do like to pose these guys and change their poses from time to time. So hopefully he'll be able to hold the pose that he has in there. As I said, you can essentially switch the hands here. You can use these hands that he has here to hold the shotgun. And then if you wanted to, for example, you could pull these hands out and just get the joint in there. You hear it pop. So that's really cool. You guys can see you're gonna have to watch him every time, but he can hold his gun a bit. You just have to play around with it. I don't know if you guys could see. As soon as he gets front heavy, he's gonna start to sort of lean down there. So you have to play around with it quite a bit just to get him to stand in a pose there. So that's a letdown there, guys. I would say that's probably one of the reasons why I'm glad I waited to get these on a sale rather than full price. But I think nonetheless, the size, the paint is really well done. So as far as comparisons to other figures that I have here, if I can get this guy to stand in one piece, here he is next to Slash, again from the same line. There's a great little figure there, so you guys could see him. They're together, and I'll attempt to mess with his head. There we go. Let's see if he falls forward. So that's Slash. Here he is next to, again, Super 7 Ultimates Donatello. You guys can see the size there. This guy could stand a little taller, but he is longer than the turtle just because of the tail. So there's that. Here he is next to Playmates Raphael. So again, you could see the size difference. This guy's humongous when compared to the originals. Here he is next to Mikey. This is from Bandai Machinations, I believe they call it. So there you go. There he is next to Mikey from Nutline. I think that works out really well, actually. Here he is next to Metalhead. Oops. And these are both two figures, I would say. Out of the ones that I've gotten, these two are the ones that suffer from those loose joints pretty badly. This guy, because he has the backpack, he sometimes tends to tumble back if you don't stand him correctly. And then this one, obviously, you guys can see he tends to lean forward sometimes if you don't place him correctly. There you go, size-wise, so you guys could see. Let's see, what else we have here? Oh, here he is next to Rocksteady. And Rocksteady is obviously much taller, but again, just want to show that there. And here he is next to Bebop. So you guys can see what the three of these guys look like. And then we'll move them out of the way. And lastly, here he is next to Mutagen Man. But there you go. But overall, I want to say I'm kind of iffy on this guy, which is a shame because I think it's a really good sculpt. I think they've done a great job of modernizing or upsizing these Playmate figures. And I was hoping a little more because I do like this character. But I'm going to see if I could play around with his joints, maybe add some floor polish to maybe be able to help out with the whole loose leg situation and the whole posing thing. I got him a sale, so I would say if you can get him for the $29 or so that I got him, I would say it's okay. Just be prepared that you may get a copy with loose joints. I myself, I'm glad I have him. I'm glad I can add him again to my collection, my growing collection of bad guys here in my Super 7 army that I have building here. I do think he is a great addition to my collection. Just again, be cognizant of the issues applied this figure with the loose joints. But anyway, I hope you got something out of this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment, maybe watch one of my other videos. But definitely, thank you so much for spending your very valuable time with me. And, hope you take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, and I will see you next time.